N well. Yes, these figures shows the formation of the channel. The formation of channel, it is shown here, a P substrate with both N regions for acting as source and drain, gate terminal and substrate. Okay, so initially the device is, the device is not conducting or not operating. So now the important point we say here is now the device is in the cutoff mode. Okay, now the device is in the cutoff. So how this is happening? As I said you, we are considering the enhancement N-type MOSFET. So as of now, the device is in the ideal mode. So there is no conduction. So once when I start applying a gate voltage, okay, when I start applying a gate voltage, as we know that the device, the gate will control current in the device. Okay, so with the help of this gate control, the device is getting, the device will operate. So the same way, when I apply some gate voltage, now what is happening is that P type means the majority carrier here are holes, right? So now you can, P type means here the holes you need to observe in the substrate. But now here you are observing a electrons, right? Now you are observing an electrons. That means what? The channel formation is actually happened between source and drain, right? So with applied gate voltage, all the electrons, okay, all the electrons that are existing in source and drain, that will now provide a thin path of channel. Okay, that will now provide a thin path of channel, and therefore these electrons will start moving from source to drain, right? So now in this scenario, we are now saying that this device is now, the device, the device, we are saying it as an inversion mode of operation. Why it is an inversion mode of operation? Because this is holes that the symbol is placed. That means the substrate is now got inverted. That means it is now occupied with the electrons, right? It created a path, it created a channel here, and therefore the electrons start moving and the current will move from drain to source. So this is how we are saying that this device is said to be as an inversion mode of operation. Okay, and we are saying, we if it is an ideal means there is no condition, so simply we can say that the device is in the cutoff mode. But in general, we are supposed to, whenever we are studying about some devices, when we are saying that the behavior of the devices is in this manner, we are supposed to plot the graphs accordingly, right? In the cutoff, how the plot actually looks, in the linear or in the inversion mode, how the plot will, how we can plot the graph, and in the saturation, how it happens, that we are supposed to see, right? So now in this, the condition is something that when VGS, when gate voltage is greater than, okay, when the gate voltage is greater than the threshold VTH, okay, what is this threshold voltage? Threshold voltage is nothing but when the device starts actually conducting. Okay, the point at which the device starts conducting, that we say it is a threshold voltage. So therefore what we are doing, we are saying that when the device will operate in the inversion mode is that when the gate voltage is now greater than the threshold voltage. So we are saying that the device is in the linear or a inversion mode of operation. Right? So now, as of now, what we said, all these, the channel has been created and the electron starts moving, those all we have observed. But now in the saturation means, in this, the saturation is nothing but when we give much more voltage, when my gate voltage is greater than the threshold, much more greater than the threshold voltage, the device will move, or the device will behave in the saturation mode, means the device will conduct in the saturation mode, saying that later as we keep on increase the gate voltage, then the device will direct means there will be a pinch off in the device. That means what? As we know, the channel will somewhat create in this way. Okay, we know that the channel is creating in this way. So now what happened, as we increase the gate voltage, that means what? The saturation means now uh, the channel is getting altered. Okay, the channel is now getting altered here, right? So this is what we are saying, that the device is in the linear. So now when it comes to the saturation, as I already said you that as we keep on increase the gate voltage, there is a pinch of focus. That means the channel will get a, a break here. That means now the electrons will jump from here to here. Okay, so when this is happening, there will be a leakage current in the device. So this is not actually recommended, but we should not increase a voltage in a such a way that the device will come into the pinch off. Okay, so till now what we have seen, we have observed here that we saw only we were increasing the gate voltage, right? Then what about the drain voltage? Because we say it is a unipolar, that means only one type of polarities are actually playing here, right? The one polarity is only actually moving in the device, correct? So this is one point why it is set as a unipolar device, right? And second point, we were till now you can observe here the drain sources, the drains are grounded. Only we are applying some gate voltage, that we have observed here, right? So now, here we could see the region of operations while creating a channel is that when sufficient electrons are accumulated under the gate, an N region is created. Yes, as I said you, these electrons are now accumulating from the source and drain regions. Okay, so the N region is created and connecting the drain and the source, that actually forms a path. Okay, this causes the current to flow from drain to source, right? The channel is formed by inverting the substrate surface from P to N. Thus, it induces a channel, and this is also called as inversion layer. What I said, because it is now turning from P type P to N. So that is why it is said as an N channel, and therefore it is said as an inversion layer, right? Now, the voltage between the gate and source called as VGS, and which there are sufficient electrons under the gate to form a conducting channel, and that is called a threshold voltage. That is by we can use a short form like VTH. Okay, we are saying here like a threshold voltage. When this is happening, a sufficient amount of electrons that are actually existing under the gate to form a channel, right? So when this happened, then we say that it is a threshold voltage. Now, the source terminal of an N channel, the source terminal of an N channel, then the transistor is defined as whichever of the two terminal has a lower or higher voltages. Okay. అంటే ఏంటి మా ఇక్కడ sorry, here what we are using here is like a source terminal of an N channel or P channel transistor, uh, lower or higher voltage means either we can ground it. If it is for the NMOS, we will simply ground it, or for the PMOS we give some voltage. Okay, when a transistor is turned on, current flow from the drain to source, right? Because the electrons are moving from source to drain, so the electric current sorry the current will flow from drain to source in an N channel device, and from the source to drain in the P channel transistor. Means here we are differentiating both in N channel as well as P channel, how the current actually flows అనేది. Okay, so now in both the cases the actual carrier travel from source to drain. The current directions are different because for the N channel it is something different, and for the P channel it is different. Okay, how this is happening we'll look. So now when we apply a small VDS, till now I have just said you about the applying gate voltage, but we have not studied about the applied gate, sorry, drain voltages, right? So suppose if I apply a small drain voltage, what happens? So when I apply a small drain voltage between a source and drain, the voltage VDS causes current to flow from drain to gate. Acceptable? Now the current now the voltage VDS causes a current to flow from drain to gate, right? Now, as we increase the gate voltage more than the current flow, that means as we increase the gate voltage more than the drain, then what happens? The increasing the gate voltage above the threshold voltage enhances the channel. Hence, this mode is called as enhancement mode of operation. What we are saying that as we keep on increasing, we said that it moves into the linear and then it moves into the saturation, right? But now what it is said as, like, as we keep on increase the gate voltage above the threshold, it is also one point is that this will move into the enhancement. Yes, it is an enhancement channel, and therefore we say that the device is operating in an enhancement mode of operation, right? And now here we have the accumulation as well as the depletion inversion modes of operation. So what is accumulation? Accumulation is nothing but if VGS, the gate source voltage, is less than the zero, that means any negative voltage if we apply, then an electric field is established across the substrate, right? In general, if you apply any voltages, either it is a positive or negative, we are supposed to observe that there will be an electric field that is established in the substrate or not, that we need to observe. So that means here we are giving a voltage that is less than the zero. It can be a negative voltage. Now, in order to form a depletion mode, then it should be greater than zero voltage, and again the gate voltage should be, sorry, it should be less than the gate voltage. Means here we are giving a less voltage, that should be zero, and gate voltage should also be less than the threshold voltage. Therefore then we say that under this region the gate will be depleted, the gate will be depleted of charges. Okay, that's why we say it is a depletion mode. And now when it turns to the inversion mode, then obviously we give some positive voltage, and then we say that VGS is greater than threshold, that the region, then the region below the gate will be inverted, and then we say that it is an inversion mode, right? This is something, an accumulation, depletion, and the inversion mode. How this is happening, all this with a brief it is shown here. Okay, here we are not observing any source drain regions, simply the metal, oxide, and semiconductor, because in the semiconductor the actual we have a holes here where it is a negative voltage, right? And in the depletion there is a channel, just a depletion layer has been formed, and in this depletion layer then I have an electrons where we say it is an inversion, and then these electrons will start moving from source to drain, and therefore the current will generate from drain to source. Okay, operation of N MOSFET in the linear, how this is happening, that is shown here. And as we said in the linear, okay, why one more what you call one more representation for the inversion is like linear region. Why it is said as linear, that I'll let you know. Okay. See, just now I said like how this is going into the saturation mode. As we keep on increase the gate voltage above much more greater than the threshold, then the channel will get pinch off, right? This is shown here, the pinch off operation. Okay, how we can draw, those all we have seen here. Okay, and now in the, what about the gate drain voltage? Drain voltage will be greater than the gate voltage minus threshold voltage. Okay, this is few conditions where the device will operate from linear to cutoff to linear, linear to saturation, like that. Okay, so what will happen during pinch off? What actually this pinch off means? As I said, it this will happen in the what, in the saturation mode of operation. And then does this means that the current I is actually zero? No, this is not that the current is not actually zero, but a MOSFET that is a pinch off at the drain end of the channel still conducts current. Though it is in the pinch off, what it happens? The electrons will try to jump as it as with the energy. Okay, So the large electric field in the depletion region surrounding the drain will sweep the electrons across the end of the pinch off from the channel to drain. That is what is it? The electric, due to the electric field and the energy that the electrons has, then what it does, even though it has a pinch off, it has to alter. All the electrons should stop over there. But what it is doing, it is then still moving from the channel to the drain. This is very similar to the operation of a BJT for an NPN BJT. The electric field of the reverse bias common base junction swept electrons from the base to collector regions. So yes, now we are looking into the IV characteristics of a N MOSFET. Okay, so now you are observing two different plots, right? This is yes, we say this is a IV characteristics. IV characteristics are of two types. One is input characteristics and the output characteristics. Input characteristics we represent with the uh, uh, gate voltage versus drain current we will plot. When I talk about the output characteristics, we talk about the output voltage versus output current. Okay, that means what? uh, Drain current versus drain voltage we will plot at the output characteristics, and for the input characteristics we will plot gate voltage versus drain current. Okay, so now just now I was saying like how it is said as a linear, right? In this portion we also say it is a ohmic, right? We can also say it as a ohmic, a linear, and the inversion. So what is happening after certain point? Suppose I may plot like this. I may plot like this in the linear. I'm just showing here. I may plot like this, and then I may okay, just a minute. So what I do, as I start increasing the voltage, my current is also getting increased, right? Something I'm just showing, this is an example. Okay, rather I do that, let me draw somewhere here. Okay, let me draw here. I have a space here, so no issue. Right? This is I. Okay, ID. ID means drain current. Okay, this is drain current, and this is VGS. V means as of now I'm drawing input characteristics. Okay, as of now I'm drawing input characteristics. So what am I doing? uh, I have plotted IV, and now I am plotting it something like this, right? And this portion and this I say this is a VTH. Okay, this I am saying it as a VT subscript T and H. Okay, so why it is said as linear? Because this portion, I'll say it is a cutoff, right? And this portion, I say it is a linear. Okay, this portion, I say it is a linear. Okay, this portion, I say it is a linear. This one is something I say it is a linear region. Something I'm just writing like this. It is a linear and this is a cutoff. So what is happening? From here to here, the amount of current is almost zero. Okay, it is almost zero. But at the point at which this current start increasing linearly, when the current start increasing linearly, the point, when this point at which the current start increasing, that means we are saying it is a threshold voltage. And as it is showing linearly, that's why we say the device is operating in the linear mode or linear region, like that. So that is why from this from this plot it is said as a from this plot it is said as a linear, the name has came from here, linear. So now here you could see like the saturation region. Okay, saturation region means what? Here we are varying with the different gate voltages, and then see here we are taking with a different gate voltages and we are plotting the output current. Output current here is drain current, because at the drain we are actually taking the output current. Okay, so what we are doing, we are taking with a different gate voltages, I am plotting my current with a drain voltage versus drain current. So here what we did, this is output characteristics and this is input characteristics. This is a simple characteristics for the n channel MOSFET. Yes. So as of now, we have seen a simple characteristics of MOSFET, that is input and the output characteristics. As we have seen, like for the input characteristics, we maintain constant VG current, VG and VG voltage, I mean gate voltage with the drain current, where we'll be varying the drain voltage. But when it comes to the output characteristics, we will be plotting the characteristics between drain voltage versus drain current, and by varying the gate voltage. So this we understood that these are in the input and the output characteristics of a MOSFET. But now as we have observed that these are the characteristics, like one is we say like this is input characteristics. Yes, sorry. Yes. Mm. As we say that these are the input characteristics, something like this, and these we say that these are the output characteristics, right? Something like this, where here this is VDS and this is ID and this is VGS. This is VGS equal to something 1, VGS equal to 2 volt, and VGS equal to 3 volt, so on. But when it comes to here, the characteristics will look here something that we will be plotting something like this, right? This is ID versus VGS, and we say somewhere here VTH, right? VTH, because this we say cutoff, then linear, like that way we say. And in general, we also draw a characteristics something like this. Okay, rather I say like this. Sorry. Okay, we simply draw a characteristics like this. Okay. Okay. So this is VGS and this is ID, and something we say like this is the maximum current. This is the maximum current, right? And as of now, so now we will be looking the equation, right? We will be also in further chapters, and in the sorry, in the further lectures we will be studying about the uh, ID equation. We'll be deriving it. Okay. So as per the equation, it is given, it is a generalized equation like ID equal to mu n C ox W by L VGS minus VTH into VDS, okay, minus half of VDS square. Okay, this is a generalized equation where we will derive it. Okay, we'll determine the ID. So here is a question that I just want you to ask a question. This current is somewhat related to this. Okay, right? This current, whatever we were just now wrote, ID equal to mu n C ox W by L, VGS minus VTH into VDS minus half VDS square. This is related in this graph. So how this is related? The question is how this equation is related in this plot. Okay, my question again I repeat, as I'm saying that this is a current equation, okay, and I have plotted here IDVG characteristics. So it is that where this equation is actually suitable in this plot. Okay, this is what the question is, and I'll give you 60 seconds, think of it, and then we'll be back. Yes, as I said, you like this is the current characteristics. This is the current equation, and these are the current characteristics. So now, as early discussed, we have three modes of operation. That is, three modes of operation. That is cutoff, linear, and saturation. Right? Linear, cutoff, linear, and saturation. So what we are doing here is, in this linear cutoff, linear, and saturation, here we are showing when the condition for the cutoff is when VGS is less than VTH, right? And for the linear and saturation, we say like when VGS is greater than VTH, and for the saturation VGS is much more greater than VTH, something like this we define. So, and it also depends upon the drain and the source voltages also. Okay. Okay, it also depends upon the gate and the, sorry, drain and the source voltages. So now my question was where this actual equation is suitable. The question was this, right? So now we can say that this equation is actually suitable at this point. At this point, at this point, actually it is suitable, this equation. Okay, you may have a question. Is it that, sorry, is it that the equation is suitable from here to here? Is it that the equation is actually suitable from here to there? No, because and this equation is not suitable for the cutoff mode of operation, because the cutoff mode is somewhere if I define here. Sorry, I may define somewhere here my cutoff mode. But this equation is absolutely not suitable for the cutoff as well as the saturation. Okay, this is now suitable only for the linear mode of operation, and that too here. And also there are few conditions that beyond this, what is the behavior of a MOSFET. Okay, for this equation, if I draw something like this, NMOS, okay, NMOS, and assume I'm providing some voltages, and okay, this is a drain, source, gate. Okay, some voltage plus minus, right? Plus minus. Some voltages I have applied in order to plot this graph. Okay. So finally, if I see these characteristics in the logarithmic graph, then this equation is actually suited, or in this plot, the equation where it actually fit is that the maximum gate voltage for the drain current. Okay, this is the answer. Fine. Okay, thank you.